If I had 30 days to change my life, these are 9 things I would do. This is not one of the videos where I'll tell you, change your life in 30 days. No. This is one of the videos where I need you to seek clarity. I need you to understand self-development is just a matter of restructuring your life. Let's get to the video. Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Love POV. I'm your host Njoki, and we talk about anything related to love and relationships. And in today's episode, we're obviously talking about self-love. So let's get to the video. What are some of the things I would do to change my entire life in 30 days? And I'm giving myself 30 days because I want to change and start living life as soon as possible. So 30 days. If you want, you can make it 1 week, but I want to be realistic. So 30 days. The first thing I will do is making the conscious decision that I actually want a different life. I want to be better. I want to improve in certain areas of my life. These are some of the things that I want to change. That conscious decision, the shift happens whenever you sit down and understand that it's important for you, and these are the reasons why it's important for you. So the first thing I will do is sit down and understand that I actually want to change. So deciding that I want things to be different for me. That's the first thing I will do. It all starts with your mind. The second thing I will do after deciding that I want to change is creating a simple daily structure. Now, with creating a structure for life, it can be a plan, but I want you to look at it as a structure. When you wake up in the morning, what am I going to do? And then what follows? And then what? Up until the end, at what time you sleep to. A daily structure is better, according to me, for beginners. It's better compared to a monthly or a yearly structure. Start with the basics, yeah? Don't overwhelm yourself. If you overwhelm yourself, you're going to get tired before the 30 days are done or even halfway. So start simple. Start with a daily structure. What will that look like? So whenever you are done with your daily duties, you decide, let me sit down before I go to bed and plan for my day tomorrow. Some people will do this weekly, and it makes sense to do this weekly, but I recommend that you do this daily first. So sit down, understand how your day is going to look like the next day. So now, what do I want to do? What are my goals? Break them down to a daily goal. So if you have the goal per month to make $3,000, then break it down to how much money do I need to make per day? Or what actions am I going to do so I can be able to make $3,000 collectively in a month? So every day has an input towards the end of the month. That's the goal of this video, is to build so that by the end of the month, you have completely changed who you are, your perspective towards life, your goals are improving, or you are actually becoming more and more enlightened if that's your goal. So your daily plan, sit down, plan your next day so that when you're going to bed, you will wake up knowing exactly what you're going to do, and you're not going to start wondering, oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? And remember, with this, you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent. Even with the thought that I have changed my mind and I have decided that I'm going to do better, I've decided to change my entire existence in 30 days, you need to be consistent with that thought. It's going to change how you see things, the possibility of things happening, the possibility of things not happening. It's going to change who you are completely. So the second thing that you need to be consistent about is making a daily structure. Planning your day before the day is very important. You can also do it in the morning. I'm just saying you do it at night before you go to bed. Plan for the next day. So when you're waking up, you already are following a specific structure. So your mind is not scattered. You're just making your day easier before you get there. Yeah. The third thing I will do is cleaning one room. It sounds simple. Start by cleaning a specific environment. And I want you to clean a specific environment consistently. So maybe if you have a 1-bedroom apartment, you'll start by cleaning the living room today. And then tomorrow you're going to clean the bedroom. And then the next day you're going to clean the bathroom. The next day you're going to clean the kitchen. When you're done cleaning everywhere, plus the balconies, you're also going to start again. Go on and clean the living room. So every day there will be the consistency of maintaining cleanliness. What this tells to your mind is when you break down a big task, a task like cleaning your home can be considered a big task, but when you break it down into small bits, it is doable. It's telling your mind that I can do this. It's not such a big deal. But let's say, for example, you decide to clean the whole house in one day, every day. Sometimes your body is going to tell you, I have done enough work. Who do you think you are? Yeah. So start by cleaning one room at a go. The fourth thing I will do, and this I started doing less than 1 year ago, is moving my body consistently. And this doesn't mean that you need to go to the gym every day. No, it means take that walk. It means do stretches wherever you are. When you're headed to work, instead of always taking a ride there, or instead of always sitting down, prefer to walk around the office, prefer to walk towards the office, go have lunch elsewhere, not in the office. So walk and go to a public place and have lunch. Those are some of the things that I mean by move consistently. Your body is not expected to be in its best state when you're sitting in one position for the entire day. Yeah, so your body can perform better. It needs to move consistently. If you like dancing, go on and dance at home or join a dance club. Go and dance regularly. You need to be consistent with moving your body. Now, when you move your body, sometimes it can be difficult because maybe sometimes you're not well. If you go to the gym, you'll feel your muscles trying to stretch and it's a bit difficult sometimes. But what happens in your mind is it tells you that I actually still worked out even though I'm not completely fine. And it tells your mind, I trust my body to lead me towards achieving my goals. If I was able to work out for 1 hour every day in this month, then there's nothing that I cannot do. There's actually nothing that my body cannot do. You continue trusting your body. That's the fourth thing I will do. The fourth thing I will do is to move my body consistently throughout the month. You can decide to work out or to do stretches or to go and dance 4 times in a week. Yeah, it's not much to ask of you because you don't have to do it for 3 hours. You can do it for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, depending on what you want. But I highly recommend moving your body consistently for the next 30 days, and you'll come and tell me the actual difference it gives you. Before we continue with the fifth one, can you make sure you subscribe to the channel? I'm going to give you 1 second. Yeah? You're done? Okay, fine. Share this video with other people. I truly believe people can benefit by understanding that all the power that they need to change their entire existence relies on them. You do not need someone coming to tell you how to change your life or to make you pay for specific details of how do you want to be better. This is how much your life can be better. I believe you know how your life can be different and can be better. You can change it. It all is in you. The power is in your mind. You just need the right tools, and these are the tools. Yeah. The fifth thing I will do is I will reduce consumption. That is social media consumption. There are a lot of people who are addicted to social media right now. I'll not lie, I'm not even perfect myself. Sometimes I find myself in the pit hole of doom scrolling on TikTok, maybe. And it goes back to the consistency agenda. You need to be consistent with yourself because the more you tell yourself something, the more it sticks with you. So if you continue consuming, you're wasting your time. I keep reminding myself that, and it goes back to my goals. My goals are not anywhere close to wasting time. So I need to do better. Remember, the first step is to make the mental change. So you go back to understanding that this is for me and not for anyone else. And that's why I'm saying, since it's a personal thing, it's important that you do it on your own. So reduce your consumption. Reduce your consumption on social media. Reduce your consumption on useless comments. This is not something that you need to talk about. Don't comment. If you find people talking small talk in the office and you feel the need to always give your input, that's your energy you're giving out, by the way. So reduce your consumption. How much are you using what you have to give? The more you give, the more you're losing what you have for yourself. So reduce consumption of your energy, reduce consumption on social media. You're creating more time. If you reduce consumption from social media, you're creating more time to be able to create, to be able to go about your goals. Yeah. If you reduce the number of times you're giving people energy, people who don't even deserve it or don't understand how much you're giving effort to have them understand your perspective, you're giving yourself more energy to be able to think about your life, your goals. How do you want to be better? How do you want to be different? So reduce consumption. It's not difficult. It's just a mental thing. You just need to tell yourself, that's their perspective. I don't have to comment. I don't have to give my input. It's not like it even matters. You tell that to yourself and you move on about your day. Yeah? Easy, right? Yeah, no, it's not easy sometimes, but you can do it. I believe in you. I truly do. The sixth thing I will do when I'm changing my life in 30 days, I will start by telling myself truths. So in this case, it feels like it's such a big deal, but it can be because sometimes we're not used to hearing our own truths. For example, how are your finances? Being truthful with yourself about that is going to literally change how you think, how you see yourself, the things that you can do, the things that you're wasting time on. These are things that you need to tell yourself. You do not need anyone to come and tell you, how are your finances? No, you can do this on your own. So, how are your finances? Be truthful with yourself. When I go about spending $1,000 in a week, am I being truthful with myself or am I being a people pleaser? I'm taking my friends out for drinks and I'm using my money. Am I being honest with myself? Is this leading me towards the trajectory I want to go to? Or is it leading me to a pit hole where I will not be able to come out of? Be truthful with yourself. Areas that you can be truthful with yourself are your finances, your relationships. How are you relating with other people? Or are you just making people happy all the time and not being catering to yourself? The other thing that you can be truthful with yourself about is your health. How are you health-wise? Are you able to take in the foods that you're supposed to take? If you are the type of person who takes supplements, are you taking them religiously? Are you working out? Another area that you can actually be truthful with yourself about that people don't is your work. Is your work draining you? And if it is, what are you doing about it? Be truthful with yourself. You only have yourself to blame if this doesn't work for you. There is no one else you can tell, this did not work for me. If you do this for 30 days, it's a guarantee. Your life is going to be completely different. Because every day you wake up, you will know who you are, you'll know where you stand, you know what you need to do, and you'll actually do it. So why are you not doing it? Yeah. The seventh thing I will do is I would learn one thing entirely, just one thing for 30 days. Now, when people hear that someone is learning something for 30 days, it feels like you're a show off. You think you're better than everyone. That's not the perspective I want you to look at this as. It does not mean that you're necessarily just going to do learning for betterment in your work position, your career advancement. No, you can learn other things. You can learn how to regulate your emotions. So if you're the type of person who is easily offended by people, even though they don't mean to offend you, you can learn how to regulate your emotions. When someone says this, instead of going up and being triggered by them, you can still maintain your calmness. I always try and tell people that your state of calmness is your responsibility. No one is responsible to giving you calmness. It's a you thing. You need to work on it yourself. So even if some fire is burning up somewhere, you decide whether you're going to be calm or you're going to be anxious. You're going to be all over the place, yeah? Uncontrollable, everywhere, unlike you, unlike who you are really. So emotional regulation is something that you can learn for 30 days. And within those 30 days, you keep interacting with people, you keep seeing how you behave, how your emotions are, if they are affected, when other people are rude, maybe when they say something that you don't necessarily like, you will see the difference. Yeah. Another area that you can learn for 30 days is your career advancement. So you can learn, for example, if you're in business, you can go and do your CPAs. That means your accounting skills are going to help you get a better job, a better position, and a better pay. So you win either way. Another thing that you can learn, which is not necessarily related to going back to school, is how to communicate. Some people don't know how to articulate themselves and say what they think. So you will find someone who's struggling to say, you have offended me. And because they feel the need to please people, they have grown up with anxiety around telling people that you have offended me. So you can learn how to communicate. You can go and do shadow work. And we'll get into this in details in another video on how to do shadow work and how it can help you. Comment down below if you want to see more of such videos, because there is so much that I wish I had someone to tell me 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It would have changed my life completely. But I'm here now. So I'm hoping that this is helpful. So comment down below if you wish to continue seeing such content, and if you feel like this is helpful for you, share with other people. Please share. I believe that we can change completely who we are and our destinies. We can completely change that because we're in control. Now, if you learn how to communicate within 30 days, you're going to completely see the difference, because you don't need to start stammering. You don't need to be told how to articulate yourself, how to prepare before you talk to someone about something. Yeah. So this is something that you can learn in these 30 days. Don't waste this opportunity. The 8th thing I'd like you to do within these 30 days is setting a boundary. You can start with one boundary. You can start with a boundary with other people. Yeah. I want you to set a boundary. So if someone does something that you feel like is not helpful for you, is not helping you advance, is not bringing out the best version of yourself, I want you to speak up. Set a boundary. Tell them, I don't entertain this. I don't like it when you do this and this. When you set a boundary, there's one other thing that you're supposed to do after setting a boundary, is allow people to show you who they are. And I feel like many people don't give themselves that chance to allow people to show themselves, to show their realness. So give people the chance to show you who they really are after setting the boundary. Say, for example, someone comes to you and tells you, I don't appreciate when you talk to me this way and this way. And the next time you're with them, you feel the need to talk more politely, with more positivity than negativity. You respect them. But if you don't, you will continue speaking like that, even though they told you they don't appreciate when you speak that way. So when you set that boundary, you no longer have anything to do with how they speak to you. Yours is to sit and observe how they really are, who they really are, by how they're going to treat your boundary. If they respect it, there you have it. This person is someone that you can actually live with, you can actually do things with. You should not be scared of interacting with them because they respect you. Yeah. So set one boundary, at least one. Set one boundary. They're very important. The number 9 thing I will do is having a monthly reflection. Now, many people will do a yearly reflection. So they will do a reflection in January, date 1, date 2, or 30th and 31st of December. You'll find people doing a yearly reflection. Other people will break down their year into 4 quarters. And that's actually smart if you ask me. But since we are changing our life in 30 days, I want you to do a monthly reflection after these 30 days. I want you to sit down and observe, after you changed your mind about how your life is, after you decided that you actually want something different for yourself, what has changed? Has it improved? Are there things that you wish you did? Your goals, the goals that you have for your life. So the $3,000 a month, how has it, what is the trajectory? Is it going up or is it going down? Sit down and have a reflection. What this does is it tells you that your work was acknowledged. The things that you did were just not things that you did without thinking about them, yeah, on a whim. You acknowledge that this is who I am turning to be. This is how serious I am becoming about my life. And that's exactly what everyone should be aiming at, being serious about their lives. So sit down and acknowledge. Remember, growth is identity that is acknowledged. So if you don't acknowledge your growth, the difference, then your identity still remains the same as before you did anything. So put in the work, yes, but sit down and have a reflection. Yeah. As I'm leaving, I'll leave you with just one thought that I have always gone by. You don't need to fix your whole life. No, you don't need to fix your whole life. What you need to do is to prove to yourself that you can show up. That's the only thing that you need to do. So within these 30 days, I want you to prove to yourself that you can show up no matter what. Even if it's raining in the morning and you prefer sunny days, show up. Show up with the mental knowledge that this is going to be different. In the 30 days of reflection, you're going to sit down and be like, I liked this month. This month is going to be completely different compared to all the other months that you've had. And if you like this, continue doing it over and over and over and over, and don't stop. It becomes your complete identity. It stops being a challenge that you did for 30 days. It becomes who you are. A person who takes themselves seriously, a person who is not afraid of creating boundaries, a clean person who has a clean environment, someone who has a structure. They wake up in the morning knowing what they're supposed to do every day. So I recommend that you do these things. If you don't do them, this is on you, because I have given you the tricks that I wish I was told when I was 2 years younger or 1 year younger, but I know them because I have learned how to do life. So I want you to also get on that page. I want you to be able to live your best life. Show up and prove to yourself that you can show up regardless of the situation. I believe in you again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you found this video helpful. Share with other people so this information gets to as many people as possible. Let's change who we are as a generation. And as usual, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.